Chaudhry. Ready? Okay, look here, ma'am. Thank you.
No, this is for the emotion that you showed.
Mom, look here, look here. Okay.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Before we proceed further, let us seek divine blessings to set a positive and harmonious tone for the day. I now invite Priyanka to lead us in the prayer. Can we have you all standing, please?
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् महादेवसुतम् महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनोतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनोतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka, for that beautiful prayer. And a very good morning and a heartfelt welcome to everyone present here today. As the director of this year's HolistiCon, it is truly an honor for me to stand here and open this gathering. Today is not just about an event, it is about coming together in a shared space of health, healing, learning, and human journeys. HolistiCon is anchored in the vision of HNTP, founded by Dr. Suresh Kumar, founder of Holistic Nutrition Works and Academy of Lifestyle and Metabolic Medicine. His mission to empower a medication-free generation through lifestyle medicine, coaching, compassionate science continues to guide us and inspire the work we all do today. Last year's HolistiCon paved the way for us to dream bigger and to do better. It just showed us what is possible when holistic health is practiced with integrity, empathy, and scientific understanding. It reminded us that true impact goes beyond individuals. It touches families, communities, and future generations. This year, we bring you even more journeys, real stories that speak of holistic health and long-term well-being. Stories that remind us that healing is not just about managing symptoms, but about honoring the mind, the body, emotions, and the lived experience of those we serve. Today's event is designed as a platform where learning feels authentic, healing feels safe, and every voice, whether of a practitioner, a coach, or a client, feels valued and heard. Thank you for being here, for trusting the vision, and for walking this path with us. Let us begin today with openness, gratitude, and a shared intention to heal, learn, and to evolve together. It is now my pleasure to invite our host for the day, Ms. Rayati Prasad. Rayati has been an integral part of Holistic Nutrition Works since its inception and has closely witnessed the journey, growth, and the impact of this community. With her deeper understanding of our philosophy and her graceful presence, we welcome Ms. Rayati to take over and start the session.
Thank you so much, Soumya, for the kind introduction. Andariki Namaskaram. So I welcome you all for the day. And today we are going to hear case studies. It is not just the case studies, but it is the real lives. It is the real struggle. You know, it is the real turning points what you are going to witness today. And at HNDP, we don't, we don't separate the healing alone. We actually listen to the body. It is not just managing the symptoms. And we work at the root level, restoring the balance through food, lifestyle, mindset, and emotions. So every journey you're going to hear today, it is not going to be the story of someone else. You might recognize your own or your family members as well. So let us begin today. So the first case presentation would be from our coach, Ms. Dania Irfan. And today she will be sharing how through a focused 6-week intervention, she was able to help a client to reverse her hemorrhoids. Not only that, she was also able to improve the quality of life overall. So over to you, Dania. And for every coaches who are going to give the presentation, make sure that you are sticking on to the third minute. We will be having a ring. And within 1 minute, we are requesting you to conclude it. Thank you. Over to you, Dania.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dania Irfan, and I'm part of HNTP for the past 5 years. And it's been a pleasure to be here on the second edition of this physical event of HolistiCon. And it gives me immense pride actually to be a part of this event, standing here and sharing stories of reversals, sharing intense stories, sharing beautiful, heart-touching stories of the people whom we have been in touch and impacted lives. So, yeah, you're not sharing the slide? PPT. So the story I want to share is about a young girl. So this is all about healing the hemorrhoids holistically, not only just the hemorrhoids but also overall health of the person. So this is about this girl who had a childhood trauma. She had yeah. Because of the trauma that she had faced in her childhood, there were widespread physical symptoms like anemia, chronic sinus issues, gut dysbiosis, painful hemorrhoids, anxiety, depression, and whatnot. This was just the physical aspect of it, but also the emotional aspect that she was facing was lack of confidence, unable to meet people because of the fear of being bullied or being traumatized. So she came with so many things, and the day she spoke to me, she was a very different and a very subdued kind of a person. Now, moving forward 6 weeks, what changes that we saw in her health was that in 6 weeks her bleeding hemorrhoids completely resolved. There was no pain, there was no bleeding, and the hemorrhoids symptoms all were normalized. Now, because her hemorrhoids normalized, her anemia came in control, her gut got better, her physical health, emotional health, and her mental health, everything started falling in place because her appetite got better, her constipation got better, hemorrhoids resolved, anemia got better, and she was able to live life with connection with her family members, with going out. There was no fear, and that kind of impact that had in just 6 weeks. And how was the process we went about was, of course, there were there were holistic approach that we applied was giving her the forgiveness letters. There was journaling, a lot of breath work, a lot of journaling was there. Along with that, nutritional therapy, aiming at the gut, giving her an anti-inflammatory diet, giving her fiber-rich diet, and few supplements added like omega and multivitamins, so that her overall health improved. That was for her nutrition and the gut health. And apart from that, when I spoke to her, I discovered that she was very good with her creativity. So her outlet of her emotions was through dance and was through music and through art. That was where actually she actually found herself. She was so contained within herself with so much of pain of the trauma that she was going through, that when all these things integrated together, the mental therapies, the nutrition therapies, the creative therapies, everything put together, she healed and she was a different person altogether. So all these things just show us that it's not just about the disease that a person is having. So when you're healing the mind, your gut is getting, when you're healing the mind, your body is healing, and when you're healing the body, the mind is getting healed. That's all from me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dania. Yeah, so this is the testimonial. Okay, so it's been more than 2 months since I joined Dania ma'am's program, and it's one of the best decisions I have ever made. Before starting, I was dealing with severe hemorrhoids and anxiety, along with a lot of regrets, past trauma, low confidence, and a bad acne problem. I was in a real dark place and had tried many treatments without any relief. Now, after more than 2 months, I have seen a big change in myself. My hemorrhoids and anxiety are gone, and I feel much more confident. My skin has improved, and I have been able to let go of the past regrets and trauma. I feel really, really good. It wasn't an easy journey, but the weekly follow-ups and constant support from Dania ma'am made all the difference. Whenever I had a breakdown or felt like giving up, she was there to guide me, hold my hand. That's why this transformation process has felt easier with her. If you're looking for someone who truly cares and can help you heal in every way, I highly recommend her. It's been an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Dania. that feels a whole lot connected with our hearts. So this is what we do. So everything is possible because of, not because of shortcuts, but it's because of consistency, awareness, and compassionate guidance. So now let's listen from Coach Bhuvana Saravanan. So she will be joining us online. She is presenting her case from Texas, Dallas. So let me just give a gist about her case. So she will be sharing a truly remarkable journey of a 34-year-old woman client who lost 40 pounds in 10 months, restored metabolic balance, and despite having undergone a tube ligation and being told that conception was unlikely, was able to conceive. So we are going to listen about that inspiring story. So friends, we are facing a technical issue. So we will now move on to the next case presentation. That is from our coach, Ms. Sandhya Rani. And so she will be presenting a case who's on stress-induced gastritis. So her client had been suffering for 2 to 3 years, struggling not only with digestion, but also unhealthy weight changes. So now let's hear from Sandhya what is the story behind the problem. Over to you, Sandhya.
Good morning, everyone. So today's presentation is about gastritis. So beyond antacids, reversing stress-induced gastritis. Next slide, please. So meet my client, a 40-year-old male who is a software engineer, and he was presented with gastritis, acute gastritis, induced from stress. And he was presenting these symptoms: epigastric burning, unintended weight loss, chronic fatigue, and disturbed sleep patterns. Next slide. And these are the uncovering root causes analyzed from the history, which almost went for 2 days. So I worked with him taking history for 2 days. And these were the highlights of the history: a chronic occupational stress, long hours, and high pressure environment, creating constant tension, yet remained unread. And the next factor is which led to the emotional triggers, which were unresolved, and he behold this for quite long time. Next slide, please. And these are the holistic healing protocols which I followed. The main protocol was on gut soothing nutrition, with a customized meal plan featuring the anti-inflammatory foods, proper meal timings, and digestive supportive nutrients to repair the gut, which was totally damaged. And the sleep and lifestyle corrections were made, and they were followed religiously. and which resulted in structured sleep hygiene practices and daily routine adjustment to support circadian rhythms and stress recovery. And the last but the most impactful intervention was emotional awareness coaching. This created a huge impact, making it a huge difference. So letting go, journaling on acceptance and forgiveness was the main tools and interventions given from the holistic tools. Next slide, please. And these are the remarkable transformations. Significant reduction in gastric pain and acidity levels. So we restored appetite with healthy weight, which he gained from 66 kgs to 75 kgs within a span of 5 months. And bowel habits became regular and restored sleep and the cognitive functions. He enhanced emotional regulation and workplace confidence by accepting people and letting go attitude. So whatever he lost, he found a solace in the food and recorrected that with the tools applied. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. And now we would be listening from our clients. Behind every case study, there is a human being, a person who trusted the process and stayed with it even when it wasn't easy. So now I invite Ms. Gauzia Nasreen, a 60-year-old client coached by Dania Irfan. She initially approached Dania with high fasting blood sugars. Within 6 to 8 weeks, she began seeing significant improvements. So she is here today to share her journey in her own words. I welcome you, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Nasreen. I have hypertension. I have had both hypertension and diabetes for the past so many years. I had gone through a lot of ups and downs in my life. I was sinking both physically and mentally and emotionally. And one day I got in touch with my friend and guide, Dania Irfan, and I had reached a point of sinking that by that time. And that started my transformation towards well-being. The role of a good guide and mentor and someone who actually listens and guides. She put me onto a journey of journaling. Right from the childhood days to the teenage years to my adult life to my married life and to the present time, how my diabetes has affected me. I wrote things, both good and bad, which opened up a lot of memories. What good happened was I had pleasant memories too. I was holding on to negative memories all the time, but I had so many pleasant memories to share with. And I started gratitude writing. After the 21-day journaling, I started the gratitude writing. That made me aware of my surroundings, thankful for small things which I had ignored all the time. What good I can see, what good I can smell, what good I can hear in daily life. All that affected me. That took me to self-love, mental detox, and most important, I let go of all my negative emotions. She made me understand that every pain in my body has a psychological background, and just by realizing that, broke open the locked gates of negative issues affecting my body. I was guided in my detox drinks and my proper diet, and that made me more aware of the food that I should be eating. I took proper supplements, an overall positive mindset. That was most important. It got rid of my frequent sciatica pain and my back pain. When I let go of my insecurities and fear of the future, my pains vanished. I had realized that body and mind are not separate. True healing comes from within, first psychological, then only medical. And the role of a good dietitian who guides you both mentally and emotionally is so important. I have not written so much in my life that I have started writing within these 3 months. Thank you, Dania. It's very valuable. Your guidance is very valuable to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasreen, for such kind words.
Thank you. This is my journal. Okay.
Wow, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was indeed deep, right? And every tiny detail she shared, that it shows that happiness is there in the tiny details, not in big things, right? Look at her, if that is possible for her at the age of 60, and how much are we blessed, right? Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Danya Irfan, for bringing up her to the live. And now we will break for tea for 10 minutes. You can go refresh and come back. Yeah, thank you. I request you to come back with your teas, biscuits. So we are going to connect with Bhuvana Sarvanan from Dallas, Texas. So she is going to share a story of a client who lost 40 pounds in 10 months and restored metabolic balance. And despite having undergone a tube ligation and being told that conception was unlikely, was able to conceive. So we are going to hear from Bhuvana Sarvanan, an inspiring story. Over to you, Bhuvana.
Hello, everyone. Hope I'm audible right now.
Yes, Bhuvana, go ahead.
Finally. Yep. Can you able to see my screen? Thank you so much for waiting all the time. So I'm Bhuvna. I'm in Dallas. I'm practicing holistic nutrition for the past 2 years. So this year has been so special for me. There are a lot of achievements in my opinion. So I'm going to share like one of the most memorable or like happy story of a big client. She just conceived in spite of the sterilization. So she's a 35-year-old female. She had her husband at a very young age, almost like 18 years, and she
Bhuvana,
had
can
kids
you
back
share
to
your
back.
screen? Can you share your screen, please?
Oh, I'm sharing.
No.
It's not there?
No.
Okay, 1 second. Let me share.
Yes, now it's visible. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Please continue.
Okay, I checked. All right. Okay. She's a 35-year-old female and she got married at the very young age at around like 18. She had kids back to back and she had an abusive husband. So she thought like she don't wanted to get pregnant again. She did a she got a tube tied at the age of 24. So ever since that, she got separated from her husband. She had been taking care of 5 kids, including her sister. My patient, she had recently her grandmoms passed away back to back, both grandmoms due to cancer. Everything got taunted in her mind, and she wanted to get healthy by losing some weight. So health conscious came in like a couple of years ago, and she has been trying on her own to lose some weight and get healthy. She has a new boyfriend and her fiance. So um, she wanted to again she with the love she wanted to conceive again and give him a baby, but unfortunately her belief system was like she couldn't conceive. So she joined me in this beginning of this year. So she lost almost like when she joined she was almost like 200. She did her dieting on her own and lost some pounds by eating like one meal a day, like unhealthy approach. So we gave her like a good plan, and she lost almost like 40 pounds from January to August. So she was very happy. She did it very naturally. She ate like a balanced meal and did all the stuff, and she lost it. After she got healthy, this thought again kicked in her mind. Like then she opened up and said, like, I wanted to conceive again, but I got my tubes tied. Then Steve, we started working really on the gratitude and like a journaling, like every single day, and like the main tool which we used is like creative visualization for her, that she wanted to get pregnant again. That's what she has been dreaming for. So what happened was in the month of August, her periods got like she didn't get her periods in the month of August. In the September when she go and checked it, um, surprise, it's just like she is pregnant. Then the doctor made like an ultrasound and confirmed, and they said like there is a rupture in the tube like ligation. So that helped her to conceive. It was like so shocking and happy moment for us. So it's I want to share the story of her to everybody, so the universe is hearing, and you can very well hear from her own voice. She's here live with us. Soumya, can you please admit her?
Thank you so much,
Maybe
Bhuvana. Now we will be listening from the client herself, her own story. So we now welcome
Bianca.
Bianca Smith. Hi, Bianca.
Hey.
Are we audible?
You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Bhuvana, you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
stop sharing the screen.
Okay, one second, Bianca.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, Bianca.
Yes, I'm here.
Look at you. You look so pretty.
Thank you. Look
Thank
at
you
it.
so much for waiting. Thank you so much for being awake. I really appreciate Bianca. So there are like students and doctors over
Uh-oh.
here.
Can you
So
see?
can you? I can see you.
Get it a little bit.
So Bianca,
you?
we would like to hear from you. How was your journey with Bhuvana?
Yes. So she is absolutely great. I was all over the place when I first, met with her. And, she was very, very patient with me. I had some moments where it was kind of up and down. That consistency didn't stick to me yet. And, she made me take accountability on a lot of those things. And it was a little hard at first, but in just 6 months, she got me to pass way. I've tried a lot of different workout programs. I've even, went with other professionals, and it just didn't sit with me. So I was in a real low breaking point whenever I came over to her. And, she just taught me about patience. She was a little hard on me, a little bit, but it wasn't nothing dramatic or anything. I wanted her to be, because with me, it was like I start a process and then I stop. And it was just going back and forth. And, I started grieving about a lot of things, and it was just very unhealthy for me. And she really got me to snap out of that depression that I was in. So I'm really grateful for her.
That's
Yeah, which year you
amazing.
got your which year you got the tubes tied, Bianca?
Yes, so I got my tubes tied in 2016. And, as after I got like healthy and everything, because at that time I felt like it was the best choice for my life to, I already have 4 kids, and, I was like, I'm done with that. But, it didn't work out in that relationship how I thought it would be. And I've been with my fiance for about 7 years now. And after I got healthy, I really wanted to start that process. And I didn't think that it would be easy, because with the tubal, like what, 99% that they say that you can't get pregnant. Well, I did. And it was in September, but it was rupture. After that, from connecting with different professionals, because after it actually happened, I was like, well, my body is doing something. Let me go check out and see what's going on. So I went to go have a HSG done, and they told me, oh yes, ma'am, your tube is open, the right side, but the left side you can still see it's tied through the ligation. So now I have that chance. May not be every cycle, but it does give me some type of hope, something to believe in. They told me that I am still able to naturally conceive. If I do ovulate on my right side, I can carry that child and have a normal, healthy pregnancy. But I did lose that pregnancy back in September. But that didn't make me stop. It was upsetting. But that my body went against science. So they went in, they tied it, but it still happened. So I'm just like, do I need to find these doctors? No, no, no. But it gave me some type of hope, and I felt like that was God's way of telling me, yeah, you're supposed to at least have another one. So I don't know really how to feel about it. I have the blues with it, because of course I lost a kid at 6 weeks. So I just started trying again, and she is very, very great at what she do. I've been feeling better. My iron has been up, and instead of focusing more so of trying to conceive, I know that my body is telling me you can do this. So I just blur out everything else.
That was great, Priyanka. Thank you for sharing your
Oh,
health
can you hear me?
information. Yeah, we can.
So kudos to both of you.
Can you
It's
guys hear
it's
me?
indeed
Yes,
inspiring.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear
Am I
you now.
audible? Bona and
Yeah,
Bianca,
yeah,
am I
yeah,
audible?
yeah.
Right. So thank you so much, Bianca, for sharing your experience. It was more emotional, and you have given hope to so many women out there who are, going through this kind of hardship, like infertility in any form. And you have really thrown light to millions of women who are going to watch it in recording, and so many of them are already watching live. Thank you so much, Bhuvana, and thank you so much, Bianca. God bless you both. And kudos to you and hearty congratulations, Bianca, on your pregnancy.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. You too. Thanks.
Thanks for joining, Bianca. Good night for you, okay?
You're welcome. All right. Y'all have a good one.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Record.
Okay. I would now welcome all our respected chief guests to lighting the lamp to mark the beginning of this meaningful journey and to illuminate our path with wisdom and awareness. Now it is our honor to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Madumati Aluri garu, a visionary educator and a social entrepreneur and the co-founder. Sorry, sir? Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, please. Yeah. Ms. Madumati Alluri, a visionary educator and a social entrepreneur, and the co-founder of Samskar, the Life School. With nearly 2 decades of experience in education, she has been a strong voice for holistic learning, rooted in values, emotional intelligence, and community service. Under her leadership, Samskar has grown into a thriving institution, nurturing young minds, not just academically, but a responsible and compassionate citizens. Beyond the classroom, her initiative speaks volumes for her commitment to society. Programs like Project Fist of Rice, a student-led hunger relief initiative, reminds us how small acts of kindness can create powerful collective impact. The initiative has deeply inspired many of us as coaches to actively participate and give back. Her work in child safety, cyber awareness, drug awareness, and sustainable livelihood initiatives reflect her belief that education must prepare children for real life with awareness, responsibility, and empathy. Her journey resonates strongly with the essence of HolistiCon, where education, well-being, and social responsibility comes together. We are truly privileged, ma'am, to have you here with us today. May I now invite Ms. Madumati garu to kindly grace the dais. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. And it is really an honor to stand here and talk to all of you. I'm no one in this field to talk about holistic lifestyle, but I'm really thankful to Dr. Suresh Garu to invite me to be a part of your journey and being here and talk to you people. For me, if you talk about holistic life, whatever the case studies I've heard today, talks a lot about what you have in life, how healthy you can be in the fast-moving world is all here in your mind. There is nothing which your body can't achieve, right? If you determine, if you decide, you can achieve very big heights of whatever you deserve and whatever you feel like achieving. And in this journey and making people believe it and taking forward, I see a lot of people standing here and supporting people to achieve it. I congratulate every one of you for doing that. The case studies which were shown today talks a lot about your work. You're not healing them with medicines. Medicines are only a part of their life, but you're healing them from inside. You're making them more beautiful. You're making them more sustainable and making them more confident in leading their life with happiness. That talks about holistic living. And if everybody can understand the need of it, and everybody can endorse it, we'll see that medicines are a secondary part of your life. Medicines are having nothing in your life to deal with your problems. And I've been hearing Dr. Suresh Garu about life and how to lead and how to be strong in your life. And I understand what you're talking after hearing this. And now I think I'll believe you more than before. In this journey with him for last 2 years, yes, whenever I see a plate of food in front of me, I think that having it happily makes your life more healthier, right? Having it thoughtfully makes your life more healthier and happier, and that's what is holistic living. And if this can be passed on to the children, बच्चे आगे ज़िंदगी में बहुत खुशहाल बनेंगे और बच्चे आगे ज़िंदगी में इसको अच्छी तरह से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे और लोगों को पास करने समझाने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो I feel that it's not only our responsibility to understand, we have to pass on to the next generation. So probably I would really request you people to work with children and make them understand what is holistic life and holistic food and how to accept it, how to live a life with more understanding about the life. And I would like to thank each and everyone who has taken up the pain to spread an awareness, come here, talk about it, and make people think about it and take their life in a better manner. Thank you so much and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. So we'd like to invite our chief guest for the day, next chief guest, Mr. J. Chaudhry Garu, onto the stage, please. And we have another chief guest lined up, Mr. Murali Bukapatnam, but I just received a call. He couldn't make it. But God has another plans. We have another wonderful speaker as a chief guest, Mr. Madhu Avlur, graced the occasion. I would like to invite Madhu Avlur Garu on stage. So now, we have one international speaker. He is an MBBS doctor, MD, and he got trained in UK and US. And he did his master's in public health from Harvard University. He'll be joining online from Boston. So we'll hear about them shortly. Meanwhile, I request our conference director to introduce our chief guests, both J. Chaudhry Garu and Madhu Garu. Thank you.
At HolistiCon, we often speak about transformation, not as a moment, but as mindful and long-term process. Our chief guest embodies this beautifully, Dr. J. Chaudhry Garu. His vision, he's a visionary technology leader and one of the key architects behind India's IT evolution, especially in shaping Hyderabad in a global initiative hub. As the founding director of Software Technology Parks of India, he didn't just build infrastructure, he built ecosystem that empowered people, nurtured talents, and created opportunities with purpose. What truly resonates with us today is his belief that true progress is holistic, where technology, policy, and human potential come together to create sustainable growth and societal well-being. His journey reminds us that when a vision is anchored in intent, transformation becomes lasting. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed chief guest, J.A. Chaudhry garu.
Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Suresh for inviting me for this very important holistic conference. So life is all about one big circle. So always one has to think in a holistic way. I'll give my experiences about the holistic journey in my entire life. When I was the managing director of NVIDIA, in fact, some of my employees are sitting here in the audience. So there I was getting a fat salary and enjoying NVIDIA. Today is a $5 trillion company. I was the country head for NVIDIA. That time I started noticing from my village, a lot of farmers, they were getting into cancer kind of diseases, heart attacks. Whenever they go to, my village is very close to Bangalore airport. They don't come to Hyderabad. They used to go to Bangalore for the treatment. Most of the people, in fact, some of the farmers who had 50 acres plus and they were doing agriculture in my village, they went to Bangalore to get admitted in those hospitals. But by the time the patient dies and comes back, the whole family is on the roads because the cost of hospitalization, they used to go, 2-3 people used to accompany them in Bangalore, you know, the cost of operations plus hospital costs. Though they were getting little support from some insurance scheme, but that was not sufficient. So they have to sell off their property, they have to take loans, and ultimately they have become beggars. And they can't do begging in the same village, so they have to go to Bangalore, and they are now at the construction site, they're coolies. That's when I realized, what is that I'm doing by enjoying my life in NVIDIA, taking fat salary. So why can't I do something to rectify this? Why so many people are getting into cancer? Then I started discussing with a lot of doctors, and everybody said it's all about the food. Whatever they eat, they get adulterated food, whether it's a milk or rice or wheat or whatever vegetables, is full of pesticides and full of antibiotics. Obviously, they are all getting into the cancer kind of diseases. Then I asked them, is there any alternate food? Yes, there is some alternate food, organic food, but it's very costly. It's not available to everybody. Then I thought, why can't I make organic food, natural food at scale? So I sold all my stocks in NVIDIA, and that time it was not like what it is today. It never used to cross $20 per share. I sold off all my stocks, and I bought 1,000 acres in my village, thinking that I'll do organic farming at scale. Out of 1,000 acres, 500 acres, 2 big lakes I got it constructed, and I constructed worker quarters and all the whatever is required for the organic farming. 200 desi cows. I had 200 desi cows. I want to use only cow urine, cow dung for the thing. I put all my efforts to create organic material, organic vegetables, organic fruits. But what happened because of the labor shortage, labor used to come to my field, and after working for 2 hours, sir, where is chicken biryani, where is beer bottle? And they had enough money. There is no incentive for them to be as a agriculture farm workers. I still remember when I was a small kid, all my mother's family, they used to go to the fields, getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to the fields, and that's how they used to work. Today, they all have becoming drug addicts, alcohol addiction, and they get everything freebies. This thing, there's no incentive for them. They get up at 11 o'clock in the morning. They go to nearby. There's a bus stand in our village. They go there and chit chat on the politics and all unnecessary things. They waste all the time, and they don't have a incentive to go to the fields and work as a farm laborer. So because of that, I could not continue my journey. I told my younger brother who is in the village, I got disgusted with the farming. I leave it to you. Whatever you want to do it, do it. All the infrastructure is there. Because it was only one way. I used to, every month I used to send money, but nothing used to come from there. And on the top of that, agriculture was not happening. So I was so disgusted. That's the first project which I started and failed. All my projects, including when I was STPI director at Bangalore, I was the one who started giving licenses to all the MNC companies who came to Bangalore, including Infosys, Narayanamurthy, Wipro. All of them, I used to help them by giving all the necessary support. I created the ecosystem in Bangalore. Then I came to Hyderabad in 90, and as STPA director. Then that time, no internet in Hyderabad, not even a single IT company which was exporting software from here. It was so difficult to create Hyderabad what it is those days. Getting every company was a big task by itself. But for whatever the support I got from the then Chief Minister Chandra Naidu, and he used to give me a lot of support, though I was from the central government. I used to meet him every day morning at his home, and I used to tell what is needed for Hyderabad to get on to the next target to become the IT destination. But with his support, we were able to create high-tech city, Cyberabad, all those things. So that project was also very successful. After that, I thought I should do something in the private sector. When I decided to leave the government, every IAS officer said, Jay, why are you leaving the government? You are a high visible man. You meet the chief minister every day, and whichever IT company comes, they come to you, and you have all the powers, this thing, and you want to take risk by joining a private sector. So everybody asked me to take a leave from the government and leave the government. But I said, no, let me try. So if I take leave or lean, I'll always have temptation to come back. Then I may not be able to put all my 100% effort in that private sector. So we started a company called Portal Player. Vamshi Mohan was my executive assistant in that company. And we took residential houses in Prasad Nagar, where the most complex silicon chip we designed and we used to manufacture and supply it to Apple. Apple's iPod was driven by our chipset. We took the company public in NASDAQ. Then we sold the same company to NVIDIA for $357 million. And I became the managing director for NVIDIA. That was the another successful story. Then we started another startup company called Talent Sprint. That also was a great success. We could sell that tech company to Accenture. So all these positive things happened, but except whatever I want to do, something back in my village for the farmers, there I miserably failed. Even now, I'm thinking, what is that I have done in my life? Now I am 70 years plus. I have helped people in Bangalore. I helped people in Chennai. I helped people in Hyderabad. So I was only helping the urban people. I have not done anything for the rural people. That's when I thought, why can't we create entrepreneurs from the rural area? In fact, recently, about 1.5 years back when I was in my village, there is one organization called RDT, Rural Development Trust in Anantapur. They were conducting a no drug campaign. I asked them, why are you conducting this no drug campaign in my village, small village? No, sir, drugs are there everywhere. Entire Anantapur district, we are running this campaign. Not only in this district, entire country, drugs are freely being this thing. All these people who do not have any work to do, they are all taking the drugs. They are becoming drug addicts. All of you know that what happened to Punjab. Entire state got into drug addiction. And today, I mean, those people, they were one of the main armed people who used to work for the Indian defense. And today, they can't do anything because they're all fully drug addicts. So when I was thinking about if I go and give a bhashan like what I am doing today to all of you, or the drugs are not good, you have to change and all that. They will not change because they got accustomed to it. Then I went to one engineering college in Andhra Pradesh. It's a 25 years old engineering college. And I was talking to some of the students. They knew nothing about any technology. They were not having any knowledge about anything. I asked the principal why they are so bad. Then he took me to his room. Sir, all these people are drug addicts and they don't listen to us because once they're in that situation, they don't listen to us. So we don't have any control on these people. So such people we are breeding in all the engineering colleges and degree colleges, and they will not, anyway, they will not get jobs. So what will happen to India if we are not able to create new jobs and all these young people, if they become unemployed youth, then whatever is happening in Bangladesh, whatever happened in Nepal, whatever happened in Sri Lanka, the youth, India has got 1.4 billion population. Fortunately, all the 40 years, because of IT services, everybody got job. I mean, whether they are in the village or town or city, they all got jobs. But today, unfortunately, generative AI and the AI tools are coming, and I don't know how many jobs are going to be laid off, how many jobs will be there for the people. On one side, people are going to lose jobs. Other side, the other people cannot take the jobs because they don't have any fundamentals. So India with this kind of a population, what is that India, how India is going to manage the unemployment rate at which it is going to grow? Suppose if 1 lakh people from rural India, they come and attack all the, whatever the hotels and residences, do you think our police can control? No way. The youth, the job creation engine has to run properly, then only countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, where the population density is very high, we should always worry about job creation. So with that, I thought, let me work on a new project called Junicorn. I coined a new word, Junior Unicorn, though it's an aspirational thing, that too for rural India. See, when I went to a small village called Soro in Orissa state, it is about 5 hours drive from Bhubaneswar. Somebody invited me to attend a government school function. So I went along with that Sid Mohanty, who is an entrepreneur from High-Tech City. He comes from Orissa state. When I went to that village, there were 5,000 government school kids. They were all there in that. And they asked me to be the chief guest to launch a micro satellite built by them using a helium balloon. I went there and in my presence, they launched that micro satellite built by them through the helium balloon. I thought there may not be anything in that box. It may be empty box. For media's sake, they must have done. One girl came to me, sir, we are monitoring all the parameters in the ground station. There is a computer. Can you come and watch? I went there and they were able to clearly at what height the satellite is, what is the oxygen levels, what is the pressure, all those sensors in the satellite, they were able to monitor in the ground station. Then I was, these people are all government school kids. In fact, many of them, they don't even have shoes to wear. That kind of a poor people. And how come you are able to learn satellite technology is not an easy technology? Where did you learn these things? Then they introduced me to one NRI from the same village. He lives in Chicago, sir. He comes once in 6 months. He set up a small lab for us. And he guides us what are the YouTube's material where we can learn the space technology, how to build a satellite and all that. Using all that, this thing. Though our teachers were not able to help, but is there any problem? A lot of noise is happening? Okay. So they were able to build all that this thing using the Ekalavi education. That means no teacher. Whatever was internet, this thing, they were able to build the satellite and launch the satellite. That's when I realized today internet is a democratizing the quality education. Whether you are in a city or you are in Timbuktu, as long as you get the internet access, you can get all the material from Stanford, MIT, or all the IITs. They got a lot of material available. Whoever has got interest and where there is a mentor, they can always coach these people wherever they are. Not necessarily that all of them have to come to Hyderabad and study some international schools and go to T-Hub and T-Works and ISB and all that. So that's when I thought, why can't we create the new generation entrepreneurs from rural India So that's when I launched this program about 6 months back. Last April, I thought about this problem. Why don't I enable the junior unicorns coming from the rural India? First cohort, we thought we cannot do it from all over India. We selected 4 states, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Orissa. In these 4 states, we conducted unicorn competition. What is a competition? It is a hyper-local. Suppose I am in a village in Batalpalli, I have to see what all the problems that I am facing in my village or surrounding villages. Then I have to pick up one problem and I have to come out with a solution. That's what we have told the kids. You should not unnecessarily think about what problem you are solving for Donald Trump or somebody. So you have to, first of all, identify what problems you are facing currently in your village, in your surroundings, and come out with a solution. That was the methodology. We selected 40 kids, most of them for orphan schools, whom we selected. They were in many orphan schools in Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and Karnataka and Telangana. One girl, in fact, one of the orphan schools in near Totapalli, near Gannavaram, she was studying in Heel Paradise, ninth grade. Sir, if I am selected, can you really take me to America? I told her, Amma, no select aithe tappakunda nenu America tiskeltanu. That America thing, I don't know how it worked in their minds. All those kids who said, sir, we can't present in America in English, can we present in Telugu, can we present in Kannada, can we present in Oriya? These are the people, the moment they came to America and Austin, Texas to participate in the International Unicorn competition, all these kids, most of them are single parents or no parents. Such people, and they never thought that they can speak in English. In that short period of 2 to 3 months time they had, in that short period, they were able to prepare a nice presentation, PowerPoint presentation. They gave an excellent presentation in English. And all the people who are the investors and CXOs who came from different parts of the globe, they all gave them standing ovation. And all of them said, yes, we are going to fund these kids, 40 kids. And all the mentors, they said, we are going to mentor these kids and all that. And these kids, in fact, I saw them when we took them to NASA. NASA also, because the moment we told that these kids have come from rural background, they don't have any economic status and all that, they waived off all the fee and they set up a separate team in NASA who can speak in English in a very slow, because American English is very difficult even for us to understand. So they thought that these kids may not be able to understand when they're explaining. So when they were in space shuttle, how many people know about space shuttle in this audience? Few people. Even I never, though I worked in ISRO long time ago, but I never been to space shuttle. I never been inside the space shuttle in NASA. When I took all these kids to space shuttle, when they were inside the space shuttle, when the trainer was explaining about how the space shuttle was designed, how it took many satellites and came back, re-entry and all that, I could see the faces on those kids. They were so, interestingly, they were learning. You know what happened after they all came back? In fact, one example I'll tell you. One person by name Hemasai, he was in 8th grade when we picked up this boy. He lost his both parents when he was very young. His grandfather was a mason in a construction site. When we conducted the unicorn competition, he thought, why can't I bury the plastics in the buildings? That was his problem statement. Then he went to a nearby internet kiosk and found out up to what temperature, if he can heat, the plastics will not give the toxic gases. He found out that temperature. Then he collected all the plastics in and around the school, and he compressed the plastics, put them into this thing, and applied all the brick material around the compressed plastics, and made that as a brick. And he took that brick to that Siddhartha College of Engineering, Civil Engineering Department, and he asked them to test the brick, the weight of the brick, insulation capacity of the brick, all that this thing, they gave a certificate to him that brick is better than the other bricks which are being used in the construction site. He brought that brick. In fact, what happened, when they were coming to USA, their flight was via Paris. Somewhere this thing that his suitcase got misplaced, and all other material came to Dallas, and this fellow literally was weeping. I asked him, why are you weeping? Sir, my brick has not come. He was not worried about his clothes and all that this thing. For his clothes and all that, even if he is going to lose, he was only worried about, sir, my brick. I wanted my brick. I wanted to show the brick, but brick has not come. He was so disappointed and this thing. Finally, before he presented it in Austin, Texas, the brick came and he was able to show the brick to the people. And 4 people, they stood up in the audience. Sir, we are in the construction industry. 2 of them from Bangalore, I think 2 of them from Hyderabad. They said, we are in the construction industry. We will be able to set up a manufacturing plant for these boys' plastic bricks, and we'll use it in our buildings and all that. And when they all came back, even Srini Raju, who is Sri City chairman, he said, Jay, I will take this boy and put him in one of the schools in Sri City, and a lot of new buildings are coming up, and we will set up a factory for him. All the promises many people gave to him. You know what this boy has done? Though many people wanted to invest, and this boy did not wait. He went to all the nearby villages, found out who does not have a toilet room. Many poor people still, they don't have toilet rooms in the villages. And he went to some people, each toilet room costs about 20,000 rupees, and he asked some people to donate that 20,000 rupees. Now he has got more than 15 such toilet rooms using his bricks. See, that is the kind of entrepreneurs are available in the rural India. He's already become an entrepreneur, and he's getting the funding now. A lot of people want to become a co-founder in his company. Out of the 40 kids whom we took them to Austin, Texas, 6 startups are already started with the co-founders from America. And the remaining people, they are telling me, sir, we don't require any help. We know what to do ourselves. And now they're telling in their villages, hey, we went to America, we went to NASA, we did all that, this thing. The parents are telling, next time in the Unicon competition, you please participate in that. That means whatever I thought, I'll bring against the drug addiction, I wanted to create entrepreneurial addiction. That entrepreneurial addiction will pull all the drug addict people into this side. So I was very happy. My first project was so successful. The second project now, second cohort, we did this competition in 18 states in India, including Arunachal Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, all the states. We conducted this unicorn competition, and about 200 people, after various tests, we selected them, and they all came to Hyderabad into Mallareddy University for the final demo day. In fact, the kids from Arunachal Pradesh, they had to change 3 trains to come to Hyderabad, but still they came, and the way they presented, and all the jury members were telling, sir, some of the kids from Bihar and Arunachal Pradesh, I have time? If I am taking more time, please raise your hand. So these kids from those states, I thought kids from southern India where IT is already, they are accustomed to all the technology and all that. They were surprised to see those kids from Bihar, West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, coming out with some healthcare solutions and this thing. So we selected about 70 kids out of the 17 states or 18 states from India. Now we are taking them, all of them, to Dubai. We have a conference, second cohort is happening in Dubai on January 9th, 10th and 11th. There are more than 200 global CXOs from North America, from Europe, Singapore, Australia. They are all coming. And these kids are going to participate in the presence of those people who are coming for the conference. Hopefully, all the 70 kids also will get the funding and also the mentor and all that. Recently, I was invited by United Nations General Assembly, they invited me to, they came to know about this Unicorn project. They asked me, can you give a presentation in United Nations in the General Assembly? I went to New York. When I gave the presentation on Unicorn, all the other country people said, Jay sir, this problem is there in every country, even North America, in America also, rural America, a lot of blacks where they live, I mean, they don't have all the infrastructure. How can we participate in the Unicorn competition? I said, I have enough rural poor people in India. My job is first I have to focus on India before I promise anything that I can do for other countries. But looks like this problem is a global problem. Looks like we have a solution. And I want all of you to think of becoming a mentor to one of the students who are in the rural background. What I am telling all the people wherever I go, just donate 1 hour a week to mentor in your own village or anybody who wants to participate in the junior unicorn competition. Just donate 1 hour a week. If you are able to donate that 1 hour a week, you can transform whole India. With this, I want to thank Suresh for giving me this opportunity to explain.
Thank you so much, sir. So before we go to the next chief guest, I would like to say a few words about my relationship with Jay sir. So 5 years back when we were there in Vikas Vardi program in Vizag, I mean, why I am saying this is, all the dietitians, if you see, we have set up Academy of Lifestyle Medicine Holistic Nutrition Training Program and HNW. He is the one who has sown the seeds of HNTP. So he called me up on the concluding day in Vizag. He called me up and said, Suresh, sit with me for dinner. So how can you make all our team members healthy and fit? So I thought, like, I am only one, how can I help? So I need a team. So with that thought, in 2020, it happened in 2019. And in 2020, I started HNTP. And because of his continuous support and good wishes, and he always takes my call and advises me, because of him, the HNTP has become an academy, and we are able to train students across the world. And as you just saw, we are able to help patients across the world also through this thing. So I owe it to you, sir, and thank you very much. Yeah, more than happy, sir. If you think I am worth of it, worthy of it. So thank you, and our conference director is going to introduce our next chief guest. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion, sir. We are so honored. So a few words about Madhu Garu from our conference director.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring young minds through your junior unicorn competition, making them more responsible, and glad to see that they are putting their thoughts into action. And thank you for inspiring us all today. Thank you. So with that, we would like to invite our next chief guest, Mr. Madhu Avaluru Garu. Mr. Madhu Avaluru Garu serves as a managing director at Skyline Ventures India. And he is a chief executive officer and founder of Agros Group and Chelbis Company. He is an angel investor. He also serves as a board member at Ikeva. He also serves as advisory at Coolbit. Madhu Avaluru Garu is a serial entrepreneur, having started his first company at the age of 24 in 1995. He has over 16 years of experience in online gaming, media and entertainment. He is an alumni of Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. Sir, we invite you to share your words, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jaya Garu. Sorry, I don't know all the names. Jaya Garu actually sprung a surprise. I was supposed to meet him in 5 minutes. He asked me to come down. I'm happy to share my experiences. First of all, thank you, Suresh Garu, and all the company behind the HolistiCon2025. I'll just take a few minutes to explain who I am. As they call, I've been an entrepreneur and investor, but I see myself as a student of life. I've gone through enough journeys in life, probably too young, too soon, too much, as they say, right? But I'm happy to be starting what I call a wave 5.0, right? I think today it's a fashion and passion to talk about 1.0 to 5.0. So my journey started in a very unusual way. Like all Indian engineering graduates in 1990s, I dreamt of going to US. Luckily, looking back, I didn't get my student visa. So that's where my life actually started, right? I ended up going to Thailand in 1994, January. When we landed, first day itself, we had 64 kps internet connection from day one. It's like Autobahn. If you know, in the 1990s, whoever has seen the internet for the first time, they didn't have to eat, they didn't have to sleep, they were just spending 24 hours straight, right? That was the kind of a fascination, so that's the journey started, and I was supposed to come back to India for a training program with HCL. HCL in those days became a 1,000 crore company. The founder himself came to the campus. I was the wrong guy. I was not the MBA student, but ended up getting, we just barged into the exam saying that, लिखने तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, right? And we end up, myself and another computer science graduate, we end up selected, but I had as they call, again, plan B, if you will, right? They did not want to send back to Singapore or Bangkok. Then we said that, look, I had the option to go back to, it's seen as a startup world, startup nation. End up going there for 2 weeks as a project. In those days, in 95, if you could spell internet, you could spell the word consultant, you got the job. You're the consultant, right? I don't know how many of you know the story of Drucker. Drucker is seen as the management guru. So he actually started his career as a consultant without really understanding what a consultant was supposed to do, right? So that was, we were very lucky in that sense. And that's how I started. 7 years, I was there in the gaming world, consulting world. I was helping companies like Motorola very early. And then I worked with some of the families and end up learning about wealth, right? The first family I interacted, and they sold the company to Warren Buffett for $4 billion cash, 80%. And then the first family, it was, his grandfather was let out in Manchester in probably 1920s, saying that this is America. Right? So that was the experience. I was always fascinated with wealth. How wealth is made is one part, and how wealth is preserved, right? Same thing in our own Indian context. Everyone talks about health is wealth, but how many people really pay attention before it's too late, right? So what, in my own experience, I learned, I went through my own journeys in the last probably 3 years where I learned doing nothing is also doing something, right? By doing nothing, right? Ultimately, right, if you really ask a simple question, how much we need, right? And the older you become, the less you eat, right? It's very, very important who are the people who support you, right? Because we talk about individual, we talk about a company, I give a perspective, probably I would call food for thought. Everyone starts as an individual, right? You are part of a team. Think of a concentric circles, 3 circles. I as an individual, we as a team, and then the company as the third concentric circle. If you're looking from outside, you always go through the perspective of I as an individual, the team, and then the company. But someone is looking from outside. They look at the company first, then the team. Ultimately, I as an individual will deliver the work or whatever task, what the company is doing, right? If you look at from that perspective, are these two images in unison? Are the two images in kind of a working in tandem, right? As they call yin and yang, right? So that's what I would recommend you to look at. And because we are talking about the holistic part, right? I always believe in looking at what is the core strength of the individual, right? Everyone is special. If someone says, don't believe them, right? If someone says that, panikira anivadu, that's a very, the words have the power, that's why they say, right, the pen is mightier than the sword. Many times, without really understanding, we say something which we say, oops, right? So give yourself the time and play to your strength. Everyone is something special. Because if you look at all the most successful people, they all came, you take, most of the people are inspired by Apple today, right? Apple to even Bill Gates. There is a one common element. What is the common element? The most successful people. I'm not going to use the word millionaire, billionaire. That's, money has nothing to do with success. What's the common, let's say, characteristic, or what's the common feature? Because we are talking today's world as technology, right? School drop, basically curiosity is school dropout. The way I would characterize, right? Never say never, right? Picture abhi baki hai mera dost, right? Never say never. Because it's very, very important, right? If you look at all those things, right? They always started to ask questions, and ultimately that led them the right question, right? Because who says what is fit for you is same thing what is fit for your friend or your colleague or even your partner, right? So that's what I would say. With all my experience, I play multiple roles. Many times people get confused what hat I'm wearing. Am I an entrepreneur, I'm an advisor, I'm an investor or board member or advisory board member, right? So that's a unique view, right? That's what my journey has been, right? Ability to flip the different roles, and I'm also a unifier. People who know me, they tell you that I'm a collaborator, right? Ultimately, they say, right, I will use one last sentence. It takes a village to raise a kid. It's very, very important, right? And find the mentor, find the guru as they call, right? It's always, and in the olden days, India survived because of the parampara, Guru Sishya parampara. Parampara is very important, right? Because we don't give credence, and ultimately in life, what you require is freedom, right? Freedom comes at a cost, and freedom comes at a price. Are we willing to pay the cost, or are we willing to pay the price? Think from that perspective. One last word I would say, right? Make the most of life. What people talk about, like say, what gives you happiness is a question what we have to ask, right? When you start asking that question, you'll end up reaching a stage where you'll be happy as you are. You don't need anything to be happy. That's why they call it Chidananda Rupa, Chit Ananda. So you are as you are, you're happy, right? But it takes time for us to get to that state, right? That's when you know you have arrived. Till such time, it's a journey. It's a journey of life. It's a student of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madhu Garu. So before I introduce the last chief guest for the day, so I would like to answer some of the curious questions that might be lingering in your minds. So it is a health conference, a medical conference, and many people have asked me, J. Chaudhry Garu is a tech, what do you say, champion and visionary, and why Murali Bukkapatnam initially, but an able and an apt replacement in the form of, I mean, God made that arrangement, I believe, because he mentioned Chidananda Rupa. Everything happens for a reason. So my reason for inviting Jay Garu or Murali Garu, now Madhu Garu, and Madumati Madam, why these people as chief guests for this? Because in holistic health, we don't see health is a part limited to your body alone. It is everything, right? Your work, your thoughts, your relationships, your family, all put together. Okay. So from the investor community perspective, what do the investors, I mean, Jay sir narrated his journey, okay, from NVIDIA, how he wanted to create, and he created so many companies and still creating. He's ever young in our group, so people keep on asking him the secret for his youth. So they are creating wealth. And just now Madhu sir said health is wealth. And our holistic coaches are creating health. So both are in effect are doing the same. But they are not unrelated. They both are related. And I see each and every coach over here who get trained or helping people all over the world are in fact entrepreneurs in their own sense. And India has got this huge potential to export this wellness to the world. So Kerala exported Ayurveda, which is like limited part of wellness, but the holistic wellness, which comprises all aspects of health, is what we are trying to achieve, and we need support to these young coaches to take their service to the world. That's what we are trying to build through our academy and our organization. Thank you so much, sir. So may I request you to please take the seat so that yes, sir.
Since the conference is on holistic health, I recently means about 2.5 years back, I was diagnosed cancer. This is already third stage cancer, and that was in the pelvic area. So everybody said the photon radiation is not good for pelvic area, a lot of side effects. They asked me to go to United States for getting the treatment. But fortunately, one person, Dr. Babaya, who comes from Anantapur, is a radiation oncologist. He said there is a proton radiation equipment in Apollo Cancer Hospital in Chennai. So I got admitted there and I got the treatment. When I was getting discharged, the doctor who is an oncologist, he was telling, Mr. Chaudhry, as per our clinical, whatever we have done the treatment for you, you may have 5.5 years, 5 years plus good quality life. Afterwards, likely to spread to other parts of the body. But we have seen in our hospital, even people, fourth stage patients, they are able to get the cancer cured applying their mind. Looks like, and he said, looks like you have got the positive attitude. Probably if you apply that, you may be able to, not with our modern allopathy medicines, because there is a limitation for our treatment. He told me, the moment he mentioned, then I told my entire family, there is no cancer in my body, and I took more activities, the unicorn activities and all that. Today, there is absolutely no cancer in my body. With mind, with a positive mind, we can cure anything. So that's what happened in my, since the US is a holistic thing.
I mean, it is your wish for the well-being and welfare of everyone, sir, that is protecting you. Thank you very much for sharing this. So on this note, I'll tell you another story. One of our coaches helped a fourth stage lung cancer patient. His brother lives in New York, and here doctor said, we can't help you out. And he went to New York, and there also the US doctor said, so there is nothing that we can do. And this coach, she is Telugu girl from Vijayawada, but now living in Delhi. And this guy is living in Andhra. Over phone, they worked together for 3 to 4 months. And after 6 months, he went back to US. And the doctors, I mean, this is not a story, and the patient actually said this on record. The doctors in US said, where is your cancer? Are you the same person? Okay. Like this, our coaches are able to help, I mean, one girl from Hyderabad and one girl from Indore. Okay. They worked on a patient in US who is 70 plus years old, and they posted her for mastectomy. Okay. And the patient's children, they live all over the place. One in Europe and one in UK, one in US, one in India, like that. All of them are worried. But these two girls, they are not sitting together. And the patient is elsewhere. Just over phone, they're able to help the patient reduce the tumor size, all with holistic approach. So these are like some of the cases. I'm not going to tell all these things, but we are going to introduce our next speaker. Before that, I would like to thank all of you. Just we are not done yet, sir, because we have one more international speaker waiting online. So I want you to take your seat so that you can watch him speak. Thank you. Yeah, now I would like to invite our director to introduce the chief guest of the day, Dr. Chandra from US.
So, transformation in healthcare doesn't begin with policies, it begins with purpose, and behind every strong healthcare system is a belief that people deserve better care. Our next speaker has carried this belief across countries, roles, and responsibilities. It is a true privilege to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Chandra, a physician and a healthcare leader. Dr. Chandra brings together medical wisdom and a deep commitment to transforming how healthcare is delivered. As the Chief Medical Officer at Eternal Health, he works at the intersection of care, compassion, and innovation, always keeping people at the center of the system. What truly inspires us is his belief in empowering doctors, strengthening healthcare systems, and creating care that heals beyond treating diseases. We are honored to have him with us today. May I now invite Dr. Chandra sir to address the gathering. Thank you, sir.
Able to hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure. So it was summer 2015. I was on call at night. I got a call from emergency room in the hospital. And the emergency doctor was asking me to admit a 30-year-old young man, Mr. BT. He works as a courier truck driver with, he had altered mental status. So he apparently passed out while driving the truck because he was delivering some of the packages as a part of his job. So he was admitted to the hospital. I put him in the ICU. He had what is called PRESS syndrome, which is, related to hypertension and also has hypertensive emergency. And he had a florid pulmonary edema, secondary to renal failure. And he was intubated, ventilated, he was hooked to dialysis and the whole 9 yards. So he fortunately made out with a decent recovery, but he needed to be under a bunch of medications and dialysis for some long time in the future. So, just looking into his history, he was told he had high blood pressure in his early 20s, okay? And then he was asked to just monitor the blood pressure, and that's it. Nobody offered a follow-up. He didn't care because he was young, and he thought he's gonna. So he just kept on pushing. He was a sole breadwinner of the family, so he kept on pushing. Stressful work, lack of sleep, and some episodes of feet swelling, chest pains, and palpitations here and there. He thought all of them are just due to exhaustion and stress and work pressure, and nothing else really. He just put them in the back seat and kept on pushing every day. And finally, what happened? He ended up in the ER. And his life, his family life, his personal life, and the welfare of the society around him, the welfare of the country that he is living in, and the entire ecosystem has changed after that. Now, all of you guys, just look at yourself and around you when you walk outside. I wouldn't say in this room, but when you walk outside. If you're not the one, but at least a third person that you're seeing or meeting or bumping into would be having at least one chronic disease. It doesn't matter how young they are, or how old they are, or how healthy looking they are, or how unhealthy looking they are. It doesn't matter. Every third person you're bumping into when you walk outside does have one chronic disease. That's the sad reality. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished chief guests, Madumati Madam Garu, Jay Chaudhry Garu, Madhu Garu, expert panel members, and the team, and of course, my very close friend, my brother, Dr. Suresh. Good morning to you all. I'm Chandra. I'm Dr. Chandra Ligiseri. I'm a practicing physician here in the US, and I'm the founder and CEO of a Core Care Clinic, which is an integrated medical and mental health clinical outfit company. I'm so happy to be here today, and I feel privileged to be here today. And I think it's such an honor to be called as your team member. Your case presentations, your patient testimonials, they're the living example for such a noble work that you guys are doing every day. And again, I thank Suresh and the entire team behind this magnanimous endeavor. And I am really honored to be a part of this entire team here today. Just as an extension of the case I just mentioned earlier, I just want to draw your attention to a global health crisis, almost meeting every definition of a global pandemic, but not that kind of pandemic that arrives suddenly, makes headlines and fades away, and the vaccine kills it all. This one doesn't have vaccine. And this crisis grows silently. It's a silent killer. And this crisis begins early, like you've seen in our patient's case. And this crisis really is lasting for a lifetime. What exactly is the crisis we're talking about, guys? You know, a global pandemic of chronic diseases, diabetes, heart disease. this is just not a healthcare system. This is an entire societal, you have economic and generational problems that are all part of what is contributing to that. So you heard from me earlier about Mr. BT, our patient, because whatever that he went through, it impacted his personal life, his social life, the life of the society, the welfare of the society that he's living in. So chronic diseases are contributors, are number one contributors of loss of productivity, raising healthcare costs. 80% of the raise in the healthcare costs, or 80% of the healthcare costs is contributed by chronic diseases, and they make people disabled for a long time. They contribute to the mental illness, and as you know, the illness goes generations, as Chaudhry Garu said earlier. For some people, significant disease hospitalization is the dead end, both in terms of personal and professional, and also societal, survival. Even here, about 70% of personal bankruptcies in U.S. are due to medical bills, medical debt. So you can imagine, how much of a health impact is present in, the livelihood of the people now and the future. So that's why when I say intergenerational healthcare changes or healthcare decline is because of chronic diseases. So if we do nothing to change it, the system is going to collapse on its own weight, because it's so heavy. Because of the generational negligence of the chronic diseases, and then not giving so much emphasis to that is going to collapse the entire system. So I know, I'm not somebody who always keeps on talking about the problems. I do not go through analysis paralysis. I really kind of, see what is there, what's the problem, what is an optimal approach. I don't say solution, because, who am I? I'm not that big to solve the problems, but I may approach a solution to a problem, right? So can we solve it? Can we approach this? Yes, of course. That's exactly why we're here. How do we want to solve it? Absolutely not more hospitals, not dumping more pills into the patients, not more late stage interventions like, treating the cancer when it is already late stage, or putting stents, or, creating more rehab centers and creating more, disability park. No, it's by redesigning the way healthcare is built around the health, the health. The 7 components of health the H&W team teaches is a perfect example of how the future of healthcare has to be. For that, I'm really, really happy to share with you that the entire H&W team here is a part of the solution. Absolutely, this is a moment of pride for us to listen to the entire, case studies of the, coaches and the testimonials of the patients, and the changes happening right here in Marigold Hotel today. I'm very, very proud that you are the change and you are the trailblazers. And I know there are several other elements that are critical to this approach to change it, but I just want to make sure, for addressing this global pandemic of chronic diseases, I just want to make sure there are few interventions that will be very, very important for us as the holistic coaches, as the physicians, as the clinicians, as the people who are feeling for it. And, I definitely would like to, spend a minute or two on those. Number one thing is starting early. People ask me when I was founding clinics, you are adult primary care and mental health. What about pediatrics? I said, pediatrics maybe in the future, not now. Maybe in the future I will intervene into pediatrics as well. But they said, well, you think pediatrics is not something that you need to address? I said, pediatrics is the discipline that has to be the first discipline to intervene. We need to start early. Prevention must begin in childhood. Health education must be as fundamental as STEM, all the science, technology, English and math and whatnot, and literacy. Nutrition, exercise, emotional resilience, and sleep, and all those things to be taught very early before the diseases take over these teenagers. So number one thing intervention that we're going to do is just starting early as childhood. Very importantly, we got to integrate both physical and mental health. In our clinics, in core care clinic, and medical health. So we are medical mental health integrated clinic system here. So our belief is in resonance with what exactly is the recipe for the success out there to solve the chronic medical problems. Because chronic diseases and mental health conditions are inseparable. There is a depression, there is stress, there is trauma, there is loneliness, which are there as the core root causes of the physical illness. They are not the side causes. They are not the derivatives of the medical illness. They are the contributors of medical illness. That's why when I see Coach Rayati, Madam, and Coach Bhuvana, Coach, all other coaches that are present here, the way they approach medical health with mindset perspective is phenomenal, and that's one more reason why I feel proud today. I feel reassured that the change is already happening through HNW and the entire crew. My friend Dr. Suresh is growing, and again listening to your stories and patient testimonials, and I see the future is promising. Because you guys can handle that important component, which is integration of the medical and mental health. Very important. And then we talked about, the continuity of care. So one of the things that is very powerful in what you're doing and what is the recipe for success is make sure this holistic approach is a continuous process. It happens throughout the life, because chronic diseases just don't happen just like that and then go away. They are present. They live with the patient. So as they are living with the patient, the cure has to also live with them. The intervention has to live with them. So your holistic approach of integrating with their life every day on a day-to-day basis, which I am seeing as a first degree witness, is reassuring to me that the change is already happening. So the important third point I want to talk about is just focus on the continuity of the care, which you are already doing. Very, very important. And I know as much as I love technology is not going to be a panacea for everything, right? So technology will augment our human care. So it's not high tech, it's a high touch that we should be worrying about. Just use technology so we can scale as much as possible. We can bring people, to the solution as quickly as we can, and as agile and as remotely as we can. So use technology as a lever to reach out to as many number of people as possible, so that your knowledge is spread faster than the older ways. And my call for action to people who can influence the policymakers like Chaudhry Garu, Madhu Garu, Madumati Madam, and few other people here in this group is, please influence the policymakers. Please influence the payers like insurance companies, the indemnity bodies at government, whatever it is, to incentivize the clinicians for the quality of the care they give, not the quantity. Because you got to keep the people healthy, you have to prevent the illness, you have to improve the quality of life. That's not going to happen by just creating the moats where you just pay for the volume, you pay for the procedure, you pay for the hospitalization, you pay for the things that are done for the people that is late in the life cycle of the disease. Also pay for prevention. So that's why, very importantly, the work that HNW is doing, the work our coaches are doing, is something that has to be factored into incentives or maybe payment model of all the payers and whatnot. Because this room today, as I've seen esteemed chief guest, is full of people who can influence the people around them. So this is a call for action to request them to lobby for quality, not quantity. And with so much of hope that we, the entire team here online and offline, here to change the status quo, I just want to tell you how important the work you're doing. The work you're doing is phenomenal, because we are here to change the slowest pandemic in the history by being the trailblazers of telling everybody that we are here to choose to change the trajectory of the chronic diseases. I think by doing it collectively, boldly, and integratively, just like how we're doing here today, our children can live longer, healthier lives, and we can transform the healthcare from a repair shop setting to a system of preservation, system of prevention. It's not take care of me when I'm sick. It is prevent me from getting sick, to help me to live a healthy, happy life. So that's exactly what the push has to be. So I have a belief that the future is beginning, it's already began when the HNW was founded. And, that the future is reserved for people who decide to change, and we decided to change. I think it's very important. And again, finally, thank you all for staying inspired and being inspirational. So you guys are my inspiration, thinking about chronic disease management. And you guys are inspired by people that are room full of people that are, inspiring from different walks of life. And I thank you so much for the opportunity today. And I am happy. I'm happy to answer your questions, the online, offline, anytime, any day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandra. One word, it is 2 a.m. in Boston, and he has been waiting since 10 a.m. our time. So for past 4 hours, since 9 in the morning. So thank you very much. We truly appreciate. One thing about Chandra is, just like whenever I see him, he reminds me of Jay sir's childhood or starting up days. Because he comes from a very small village with big ambitions, from small village in Narsaraopet in Andhra. From there, he is there in Boston. He went to UK, US, did MBA, public health, and A+ in Harvard. But his roots are here in India. Okay, he's a serial entrepreneur and wanted to experiment. And I'm glad that I happen to be his classmate in medical college. Thank you very much, Chandra. It's an honor to have you addressing this gathering. So with that, we'll go to the next session, and we'll break very shortly for our networking lunch. And I want all of you to, I know all of you are hungry, just a couple of more minutes and we'll break for lunch. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we would like to listen from two of our clients, coached by Dr. Karuna Garu. So I am here inviting Mrs. Rachita and Meenu ma'am. So I would like to talk this way. I would like to invite this way. When women talk about stress, family is usually part of the story, right? And yes, in-laws often get a special mention. So, but today we have a rare sight, a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law on the same stage smiling. They are here to share how a holistic approach changed not just one person, but the whole family. So welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachita Rajpal. When I started my weight loss journey, I weighed around 94 kgs, and within a span of 6 to 7 months, I came down to 16 kgs and weighed around 78. And I also lost about 5 to 6 inches. During this journey, I learned how to listen to my body, love it rather than just fighting with what I was going through. By some lifestyle changes, constant guidance, being consistent. Then meditation helped me a lot with managing my stress, my emotions, up and downs in life, and also affirmations to stay positive and visualize a positive outlook for my future. And this journey wouldn't have been possible without constant guidance of Dr. Karuna. and also my family members who had my back during this time. Thank you.
Distinguished doctors, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. I stand here today quite satisfied with Rachita's, that's my daughter-in-law, with her weight loss progress. I will not call it a process, it has been a progress under the able guidance of Dr. Karuna. Yeah? Dr. Karuna is a thorough professional, competent in her field of lifestyle and metabolic medicine. She has been hand-holding Rachita for the last 8 to 10 months, constantly in touch with her and sometimes with me. And in all this weight loss program, we have always, whenever required, called her up, and she was quick to respond to any of our queries that we had. I can't thank her enough for her continuous and constant guidance. Coming to my daughter-in-law, all of you would agree, weight loss, life changes for a person who's really fond of food, coming from a Punjabi family, chane bhatura and all that had to be shelved by her choice. We were at her back, no doubt, but her pani puris and all were shelved, and I think it will be shelved for some more time. Of course, she was given cheat days by Dr. Karuna, in which she indulged in whatever she desired. So this weight loss program definitely is not easy to come, not easy to continue. Needs a lot of patience, time, perseverance, willpower, determination, and everything else. And I'm proud to say Rachita proved to have all these qualities. Way to go, Rachita. And needless to say, it's not only about diet, which Dr. Karuna has been very kind enough to give her diet plans, exercise, which suited her, worked for her. But this is not only about diet plan. It's about teamwork with a holistic approach. And such programs, all of you again would agree, cannot happen without the support, cooperation, encouragement of the family. So Rachita, we are with you, will always be with you in this journey, with of course Dr. Karuna as a guiding force. And yes, another point, it is not only about weight loss, it's about a healthy you. Health, overall better health, better lifestyle, better, not for looks, forget the looks. You will automatically feel good when you are, inside out healthy. Thank you, Karuna, once again for all this. And the journey is not over. Some more time. She has the patience. She'll hold on to it, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So it's always a pleasure, that too in a big stage, getting recognition from an in-law. I know every woman how they can resonate with. And here we are like very proud to say that we don't just handle with medical condition, we also deal with relationship issue, especially with in-laws. Okay? So thank you so much once again, and thank you so much, Karuna ma'am, for bringing them here. So this is like, I'm speechless after listening to them. Now it's time for us to honor our chief guest. And before that, I would invite Mrs. Kavita Satish to summarize their view.
So I'm standing here to say our sincere thanks to all our chief guests, and here we are going to say our sincere thanks to our distinguished speakers for sharing such powerful, heartfelt and inspiring perspectives on holistic living and life. Mrs. Madumati Aluri ma'am beautifully reminded us that true healing begins within through mindful choices, conscious living, and joyful nourishment, while encouraging us to pass this wisdom forward to the next generation. She beautifully overcome and covered all the holistic principles, and next with Dr. J. Chaudhry sir, through journeys of purpose, rural transformation, mentorship, and national building, guided by the vision of sir, we were inspired to become all the students over here to be a mentors and enables for the youth and communities. And thank you, Madhu Avila sir, for offering a powerful lens on a perspective and curiosity. So we give ourselves time. You emphasize that to give ourselves time and honor the uniqueness within every individual. And we also extend our appreciation to Dr. Chandra for highlighting the importance of nurturing children's physical health and mental well-being, emotional resilience, and preventive care from an early age. Together with these voices, we have inspired us and everyone in the room to consciously live, learn, and pass this holistic sharings, learnings to the children and youth, shaping their healthier individuals and a strong future. So thank you all once again for sharing your valuable lessons and experiences. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Kavita Satish. Now it's time to honor our chief guest. So I would like to invite Sri J. Chaudhry Garu on the stage, and facilitated by Soumya. Thank you so much, sir. That was very much inspiring, especially with the stories of the 40 kids and 70 kids, whatever. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Madumati ma'am, please. And now she will be felicitated by Sandhya Rani. Thank you so much, ma'am, for believing in the holistic approach and all your thoughts. And now I would like to invite Shri Madhu Avurulu Garu, felicitated by Ms. Danya Lakshmi. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you so much all for listening, and thank you so much to each of the special guests for sharing your insights with us. And now we will be breaking for lunch. So the lunch break would be for 30 minutes, and we would like to have you back after 30 minutes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
What is their category, like is there students or any professional, whatever they are doing, and what is that one learning that they got from the morning session in one word? So, if you're coming up with more than 5 intros from 5 different people, you'll be getting a gift. Right? And I don't want you to talk to your friends. If your students move around, you can come talk to me, talk to the other coaches here, the other audience here, go around, take the intro of the unknown people. I want you people to keep moving. Right? Only then the food we ate will start digesting and you will not sleep for the next few sessions, which is going to happen. Come on, get up now. So this is going to be just 5 minutes of time I'm going to give you guys. Let me see how many of you are building up this network and coming back. Start now. So we are playing a game here. It's already started. So the game is, whoever is coming inside new, you will have to talk to people, get the intro of them, just in 3 points, their name, their profession or their students, and 1 point from the morning session in 1 word. Okay? And if you're collecting more than 5 intros from 5 different people, you'll be getting a gift. The highest one will get a gift. So walk around. As many numbers you can, please. Thirty. Last 30 seconds. Last 20 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Done. Close. 6. So she has collected 6 intros. Another 6 is there. 5 is there. Anybody more than 6? 6. Join them. Anybody more than 6? Attention, please. It is over. Mayuri. It's over. More than 6? Okay. So we have here who have collected 6 intros. See, it is not that you know them, you don't know them. This is the way you... 5, huh? This is the way you start networking. You start getting introduced to people and getting to know them. As you grow up in the profession, you get to know more people. You get to connect more people, right? So can I hear a few points from you, whatever you've collected?
No, it's okay. It's on, I can stand. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. The first person I spoke to is Mr. Raja Garu. He is a property developer from 30 years, it seems. And he is interested in knowing about holistic nutrition. And actually, the first best thing that, like the first thing that I have noticed in him is he appreciates people the way they are. So because I received appreciation, I could understand that not everybody does that. So I met Ruchita, a student. Which intro was interesting? Everybody. Why? Because everybody is interested in this holistic nutrition and everybody wants to know more about it and everybody wants to invest their times in this better things.
So did anybody come to you and take the intro?
Yes, yes. What was my 3 points? My name, my profession, like what I do. And I came here because of my coach and like I was more interested in HolistiCon. That's why I put so much of my effort into this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay with us. So, which was the interesting point that you would mention here? One point.
The most interesting was from Madumati ma'am. Ma'am said that health is something we can cure. So that was more interesting to me because the moment I heard that, it felt very inspirational to me.
So mention your name and your category.
Okay, I'm Harshita. So currently I have completed my master's recently, a few months ago, and right now I'm working as a clinical nutritionist.
Thank you. Yeah. So what was your insight?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shifa Sadaf. So the best part of my was Rayati ma'am, who told me that the holistic nutrition was not just about medicine, it's about your whole health. So that inspired me a lot because we all come here to know what is holistic nutrition is all about. So I think her perspective was really good and appreciative. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Have you both done internship with us or HNTP course with us? First time for you? You did internship. 1 month internship? Awesome. Okay. So have you worked under any coach earlier? Okay. Right. So you get another opportunity to work with one more coach for 4 sessions. Okay. That's your gift for today. Okay. So you will have to find now Vijay Muthamari ma'am in this hall. Give your details to her. We will reach out to you. Right. And you get an opportunity to do the internship with 50% off. Right? And you being the client. Okay. Being the client, what can I offer her? Who's your coach?
Mrs. Rayati Prasad.
Mrs. Rayati Prasad. Okay. Okay. So you will be getting a ebook very soon from Rayati Prasad. That is the task I am giving to Rayati Prasad. Okay, we have been waiting. We have been waiting for the ebook release from her. So this is the task. So thank you so much. Huh? Your client will fix. Okay. Can somebody please call everybody inside? Volunteer. Before we start, I would request all of you to occupy the center 3 rows, as I told in the morning, because it seems to be like a little scattered. So come closer. The corner row and that side corner row, come occupy the center 3 rows. Coaches, shift there. Let's start the afternoon session. Good afternoon, all. Post-lunch session. Can fuel heavy, and it feels heavy because of the fuel that we had, right? And most often, people ask, what should I eat? Very few ask, why is my body responding this way? Why is that not everybody feeling to ask, what should I do? Why is my body responding this way? because they always feel symptoms are the problems, but symptoms are the signals that is given by the body. When we stop chasing reports and start understanding stress, emotion, sleep, and lifestyle, food begins to work, and supplements make sense, and healing becomes sustainable. So for the next session, don't think like the checklist professional. Think like a listener. So the second session is going to be more powerful because the first session was informative, and this is going to be completely interactive. And there is much more to take and much more to, resonate and recall on what we have to really understand and listen to our body from now on. So without further delay, I call Kavita to start off with the next session, our microcraze presentations, and she'll be introducing the presenters. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. So, hope you all had a wonderful lunch and more energized now, right? So, with this energy, let's listen to an interesting client testimony. So, I call here Mrs. Udayavani here. So, she was handled by our coach, Rayati, and she will explain about her weight and stress management. Over to you, Udayavani.
Good afternoon to everyone. I feel so honored to be here to share my life experience. I don't say it a simple experience. I don't say it as a simple experience, but it is a life-changing experience with Mrs. Rayati Garu. I never knew about holistic wellness before this. I was in contact with Mrs. Madhavi Kulkarni, who is a dietitian for my elder child. So when I approached her for weight loss, for physically, so she knows me for a long period of time, like 8 to 10 years. She suggested me to go with holistic nutrition, just because she read my mind or something, I don't know. She said, you need more than just a weight loss. You need to drop off so much of emotional baggage that you have, that you've been carrying unknowingly. So in that journey, I was very skeptical to take it first, but because I don't know anything about that, I don't know how it goes, how it exists. But madam gave me so much assurance. So then I was introduced to Mrs. Rayati Garu, who helped me. I would like to tell that she transformed me internally so much that today I feel so different person from inside. So with the very first introduction, I was very emotional, crying for every single instant that I am remembering back from the past. I used to cry. Rayati ma'am gave me so much space to cry and be vulnerable too much my extent. And she hold me tight there. Holding there for a person being in the low is a act of angel kind of thing. So it was like that for me. So she told me just to talk about my first pregnancy and the hardships that I've been through. It was too hectic for me and too emotionally heavy for me on my mind, because my mind was very small back then. She just gave me guidelines how can I open up to myself, open up to her, so that I can talk to her more and learn more from her. So she simply put, talk to yourself, Udayavani. I don't know how. I said, is it even possible? No, you try doing that. I was talking to my 23-year-old myself, and I was answering in my 34 years old myself. I have understood so many things. I accepted so many things. I have given up on so many unnecessary things. I loved myself back then. I'm loving myself now. And I could forgive my 23. I accepted what my 34 years is. So to quote everything like this, I have long way, so many things to tell, not just one. She just gave me confidence. Like she know what my potential is. She put everything on my plate. She catered everything that all I have, like manifestations, gratitude. She taught me so much. Gratitude, accepting every small gratitude, from the house cleaning maid to everything that I get from my husband, my kids, everything. Everything I'm grateful and gratitude for. Today I count them as my blessings, everything. Daily morning I say thank you to all the things, all the people that I cater for my needs. At the end of the day, I thank God for giving me this wholesome life. So it's all because of Rayati ma'am. Like it couldn't have been possible. And Madhavi ma'am and Rayati ma'am, they both held me throughout this journey. I'm incredibly honored to be a part of their holistic journey. The way they are catering needs for every person who is in need of them. I'm being a part of in their journey is so much honor to me, and continue my journey with them is so much grateful for me. I'm so inspired by their work that I manifest to become one of them. I want to be one such a coach in my life. Because after being with Rayati ma'am, people vibrate to my positive energy. They feel so good talking to me, opening up to me, sharing their needs to me. No, and now I don't carry their emotions, but I give my positive to them, and I just I help them. That's it. No, they are loving it. So I want to so inspired by their work that I want to become one such kind of a coach. I manifest it, and I will become one day. Not today, but one day I'll definitely. So I'm so grateful, ma'am. You're such a lovely angel in my life. I definitely love being with you, not just as a client or more like a friend also. I want to be there as a family. She's like my extended family. I feel that. Thank you so much for HolistiCon, for giving me the wonderful opportunity to share my experience and how holistic wellness is really, really important in this life to everybody. It made me understand how important it is. I don't want to carry any of my past traumas to my child, to the next generations that I am bringing up. So I love my incredible 2 boys to grow up with so much of happiness and positivity around them. I manifest a home like that, and I'll make it one day. That definitely I'll make it the great home for them. And a safe space to everybody who comes to us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks to everybody. Thank you.
So I must really say one thing, the message she shared a couple of days before. So this is a story from a client to a coach. So she will be soon here, like a coach, as a coach. The days are not far away. It's very much nearby. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uday.
Thank you, Devani. So your healing of your inner child has made you stand here and share your experience. That was really amazing. So next we move on with the micro case presentation. Our first presenter is Dr. Karuna, and she will be presenting on her client about the diabetes and high cholesterol. So it shows that working not just on numbers, but the mindset and daily habits. Over you two.
Thank you, Kavita. Good afternoon, everyone. This case illustrates the transformative journey about a 67-year-old lady with hypothyroidism and newly elevated metabolic markers such as high cholesterol, raised HbA1c, and disrupted glucose levels. So this happened over a period of 1 year because she had lifestyle disruptions which escalated, and that disturbed her whole life. So she had irregular meals, lack of sleep, then no exercise, stress, worry, fear, and emotional burnout. So these were the root contributors, and they were the reasons for the elevated metabolic markers. So when the lab reports were shown to the doctors immediately said that she has to take medication, and she refused and said that she will go for a holistic intervention, and within 3 months, if it doesn't get reversed, she said she will come back to her for the medication. So then she came to me, and I went into the root cause, and I addressed her as a whole, and I didn't pay attention to the numbers because I wanted to treat her as a whole. And basically in holistic approach, we go to the root cause. We don't just deal with the symptom, we deal with the whole person. So then we started the holistic intervention, and that's when she prioritized herself. And the minute she prioritized herself, we could see the healing progressed. It escalated so much, and the body was responding so well to whatever she was doing. So what we started was with first structured diet plan, where I've given her, I increased her protein, reduced her carbs, took care of her hydration and her sleep-wake timings, and even in the diet plan, what I did was I wanted to make it interesting because I wanted her to continue it at least for 3 months with dedication. So I told her to celebrate every meal with diversity of our Indian flavors and spices and herbs, and make it interesting so that it gives those hunger pangs and satiety. So then I also introduced a green smoothie with guava, and she loved it, and that became her breakfast. Apart from that, then I gave her a customized exercise plan, which included 10,000 steps. Apart from that, gardening and connecting with nature, taking her dog out because that was very therapeutic. So every night she used to take the dog out for a walk. So all these little things, and everything started improving. And then I came to the most important thing, that was the holistic intervention. So in the holistic intervention, we went into the emotional, mental causes. So we had to take out her fear and worry and all those, because she had a child, a daughter who's got disabilities. So she was worried about her future. So then I told her to do reflective journaling, and this continued for 100 days. And in the reflective journaling, what happened was she released all her suppressed emotions. So all the anger, fear, and worry, everything, she could let it out. And then she realized like she's living with a purpose and with a direction and with some structure. So apart from that, then she had a food and diet journaling where she made choices and even was very mindful about the portion sizes. And lastly, with the gratitude journaling. So that was the most important thing, where she, every single day, every moment, she was grateful for whatever she was doing. And apart from gratitude journaling, it was also the mindfulness, forgiveness, creative visualization, self-love, because she was neglecting herself, meditation, breath work, and a whole lot of holistic tools. So by the end of 3 months, we saw the results, and from 7.7, it became 5.9, her HbA1c, and cholesterol also reduced, and her weight reduced. Everything came in the normal parameters. So when the body is ready, the mind also is ready. That's when the alignment takes place and reversal becomes possible. So this is a classic case of a 67-year-old. When she can do it, why can't everyone do the same thing? Thank you. There's a voice note of the client because she lives in America and because of the timing. So I'll just play the voice note. This is a testimonial where she could fit in after 40 years in that dress.
Hello everyone, I am Nirmala. I'm 67 and live in the US. In July of 2025, my doctor wanted me to start medication because my A1C and cholesterol were high. I was under extreme stress, sleep deprived, neglected my food and exercise. I convinced my doctor I will try the holistic approach first. She agreed but asked for a retest in 3 months. The next 3 months, I was under Dr. Karuna's care. I followed her diet and exercise plan and her suggested stress relief methods. The retest showed my A1C came down from 7.7 to 5.9, cholesterol from 236 to 181, weight from 51 kg to 45 kg. I fit into my clothes from 40 years ago. My thanks to Dr. Karuna and the holistic method. Thank you.
Thank you.